Hello, everybody. How are you? Happy craft table test day. It's been a week, and I know it's Tuesday. I'm telling you, do you ever have those days that you're like, what am I supposed to do? When am I supposed to do it? How am I supposed to get this done? And like it all is just a blur. That's kind of what I'm having today. Or well, yesterday too. So yeah, I just want to feel like I'm not alone. How are you all? Are you doing good? We're going to have fun today. I look forward to this every week. And before we actually started doing these, I was like chomping at the bit because I had all of these things lined up that I wanted to try. And now that I'm doing them, I'm like, I get really excited. And then I'm like, I'm kind of nervous about this because some of these things, like today's item, I don't know. Maybe some of you have seen it before, but I'm telling you, it's a little bit crazy. Now, we do have a hard stop tonight at about 5:45. So I'm going to show you some things. And then as people roll in, hello, Cotty. How are you? I loved your video today. I don't think, did I get to comment on it? I don't think so. See, like I said, I don't even remember what I'm doing. But I did have a nice tea today. Now it's full of water, but we're doing good. I thought I would start. Hey, Suze, how are you? I thought I would start by showing you some of the things that I finished last week because that pincushion, I thought it was kind of a fail, but I'm going to show you. Let me grab them. They look really pretty all here on my... Maybe I should put my screen on. It's exciting, that noise. Okay, so these are the little over the page. Do I have a page? Do I have paper? Yes, I have paper. Like this over the page. So we got that one. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? And then a few of these I just kept going after, well, not that night, but we did look all pretty and very jammied up, didn't we? There's another one. So if you didn't catch last week's craft table test, what we played with were actually spools or the spools. So a ribbon spool. And that's what we used for all of the things that I'm showing you. And I'll show you the couple that I did afterwards. The only thing I didn't get done that I wanted to try, and maybe you guys can weigh in, is I wanted to try a spinner that was a little bit better than the one that I did. What are you up to today, Carolyn? I thought this one was cute. I'm trying to get better at using all of like my ephemera. Do any of you ever have that problem? I do a little bit of hoarding and I'm looking over because I organized some of it today. But what I started to do was like, if I have one pack or a couple packs that are maybe spring-like or florals or a theme, then I'll just put them in this little basket. Like I have 3 in here right now. See, here's some of the stuff that I had left over. Where is it? But I just pulled these 3. I have 3 little stacks here, and I kept the names of them. And so I just keep them in here, and then try to use them and just have them handy. And then when I get sick of that particular one, then I put them away and get out another one. But it seems to be helping a little bit. Working from home, nice. But ready to go to your craft room, aren't we all? You should just work from your craft room, right? Okay, so this one I made off camera, but we didn't get to the shakers. So I made this. So this is actually half of the spool. So this was how it was. It was just left this pink on it. So I just left that there and then just added that with a little bit of rickrack. And then let's see. Oh, we did this. We made a whole bunch of these. Now these could be pockets. So we did a bunch of those. And then what else? Oh, here's that silly spinner, which I didn't like. I want to make one that's really like a spinner. Like, that has a cutout in it. And then I can spin it, but this thing, it doesn't really work very well. But, you know, what's cool is you guys, the ideas that you came up with, I was like, okay, well, we need to try that. And that's my favorite part of this. Okay, let me show you what else I did. Oh, I did this one. So that's a good example of me using what was on my desk. So this piece right here is the actual spool top. So that was kind of fun. This one I left this one. Is this 2 of them or 1 of them? Oh no, I went crazy on this one. So this one, I just left the spools as they were. And then these are all KB and Friends pieces of ephemera that I cut out. So I kind of like how that looks. It wasn't covered at all. Hey, Carol, how are ya? It's been so long since I've talked to you. Here's another one I did. Now this one I was thinking I could put it on a page, so I just clipped these so I could tuck them behind it. And then this one I left. Can you see? It's got like a opening. So I was like, well, I can probably tuck something in here. Like, whoops, well, kind of like that. And then maybe something back here. So I wouldn't say better, but I do like these equally as much as the ones that we covered that night. So, especially if you found vintage ones like the ones that I had found. Now this one I didn't finish, but remember these are based on Jen from Jen's Junk. So you would put one at the top and one at the bottom. And then you could tie them. Oops, it would have to go. Did I do it wrong? How would it go? Like that. Well, I guess it would work. Anywho. Let's see. We did this one together. And then I'll show you the pin cushion. I think we did this one. Did we do that one together? I think so. And then we did this one also inspired from Jen's Junk. So that's everything that we did there. Oh, and then, you know, it wouldn't be right if I didn't do some mushies. I thought these were cute. I mean, they're shaped like a mushy. Taco Tucks. Yeah, that's a good name for them. So I thought those were kind of cute. A minute seems like days. You like them? Are you a mushy fan too? I am as well. I thought those were pretty fun. Okay, now this is the last one. Something similar I saw on Pinterest. And so I was like, oh, grab your spools right now. So I made it into a shaker, but I just used what I had laying on my desk and made a little camera. All right, so here's what this one turned out like. Here it is, all pretty. Kind of looks like a birthday cake, quite honestly. But this is the pin cushion. So what I ended up doing is I wrapped the vintage seam binding around it. Then I added some rickrack. And then the top was, you could see the top of it because this is the bottom of the spool and this is what the ribbon would have been on. And so then I just added rickrack here. Unfortunately, you guys had way better ideas on I should have sewn at the top of it down to the bottom so it would kind of pull it in, and I didn't. I used hot glue. You can guess what happened. That hot glue was so hard, there was no getting a needle through it. So I just stuck a flower and a button on top. I took the button off, made it a little bit better, and then there it is. But I mean, I think it's pretty stinking cute. Wow. And I am going to be putting together some packets, like some of the things that we did. I promised that I was going to do sell bundles on the maybe on the Maker's Market, but on our live sales. Let me move this stuff aside. And then bundle them up just for my videos and then sell them in a bundle of, 20 pieces or whatever that I've made. So I have to make sure I make more than a couple. So I have a sample, one for my journals, one for all of you. And the last thing that we did, which was the first thing we did, was just make marking with it. So that was everything we did last week. So, but I think what I'm going to do is start pulling a few of these things from each week, and then like every month do a drawing, and do a giveaway. What do you think? Although if things are a fail, you might not want them, but you know, that was my idea. I thought that would be kind of fun. So there you have it. And I'm not going to show you yet what we're going to experiment with because I got a present I want to show you. Let me look at the comments first to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, here, I can do it here. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I'm making sure I didn't miss saying hi to anybody. And if you haven't said hi yet, please do so. I would love it. Look at this cute little card. And the sender put it on a post-it, put their note on a post-it note so I can use this little postcard, but I loved it. I thought it was cute. So here's the story. My friend, Carrie the Paper Monkey, her link is in the comments above. Everybody that I talked about, I got smart because I was like, I don't know that I'm going to have a moderator, so I should probably put some of these links in ahead of time. So Carrie was doing, and I just got this in the mail today. Like, it was on my doorstep, and I'm like, perfect timing, people. Jonna, are you, oh, she's driving. I was just going to say, are you safely there? Drive safe, girl. Our friend Carrie was making some sewing pattern journals, and of course there was one of them that was speaking very loudly to me, and you can probably guess. And so there's a benefit to not sleeping at night, because then you can, you know, see videos when they first come out, if they come out like in the middle of the night. And so I immediately texted her and said, I would like to buy, if it's still available, this journal. Well, she's naughty, and she was like, no, it's your birthday present. So happy birthday to me, and thank you, Carrie. If you haven't gone to her channel, if you aren't subscribed, go check it out. But I wanted to show you this and flip through a couple of pages because I want you to go over to her channel and see the whole thing. But she did a sweet little tied ribbon. Lovey. And then here's the front cover. Oh, new comments. I'm missing out on new comments. You're at the rest stop. You know, I never stop at rest stops. You know? Look at this. I'm not going to show you all of them because I want you to. Yes, it is super sweet. And when I saw it, I was like, your girl has got to have this. And the other thing that I'm finding that it makes me truly happy is that when I get Happy Mail, or when oh my goodness, when I buy something, I love that I can show it here. Because sometimes my friend Carol will say, well, by the time that we see that, it might be months later because of my schedule, I schedule things out far in advance. So see, this solves the problem, Carol. This was some fabric, and I haven't even used mine yet, Carrie, if you're watching this. But this is fabric that I sent her, and I sold a bunch of it too. That I got was that last summer? Yeah, might have been 2 summers ago at that sale. But she makes beautiful journals, and now I own a Carrie the Paper Monkey original. Okay, this has got to be one of the cutest things ever, and it's 3-dimensional. I know you might not be able to tell that. Oh, at the Loves. Okay, gotcha. At the truck stop. Buy a trucker hat. I got a project coming up. So there you go. Go check her out. Love you, Carrie, and thank you very much. I am so excited. Now, like I said, I literally got the package. I took it out of the box, and I had it here, so I didn't look at anything. So I'm going to be poring over that. Look at that. She sent my birthday. Awesome. And then she sent me some. This is awesome because this is hard to find. This is white pattern paper. This is going right in my little base stuff. Yeah, buy a trucker hat. Wear it loud and proud, girl. You know, the baseball caps that have the like mesh in the back. Trucker hat. Oh, very cute. Now here's something. This is fun. If you don't know, she is from the South. She's from Louisiana, and she always when she sells journals or when she sends things, she always says she sends a little lanyap, which lanyap means a little bit of extra. And so I've got some Carrie original ruffles. I'll be using those in the journals I'm working on right now. And 2 packs of her clusters, which her clusters are always beautiful. So are her ruffles. Why can't I think today? But this caught my eye because I did see this. It kind of fell out, but it's very appropriate, Carrie, because tonight, and is Carrie even here? Hi, my quiet corner. Hi, Gardens. Thank you, Carolyn. I'm 29 again. It's lovely. These are fabulous. So Carrie and I have, and I actually have this. This is one of the things that we're not testing it today, but we might play with some of the things. But look at this. She used book page. This is a die. It's on my Amazon Essentials. Did I put my Amazon storefront up here? I don't think I did, but I will. Isn't that funny, Carolyn? I bet a lot of us are on here 29. I just did something crazy to because I use my iPad and my phone so much. I'm holding these up here while I'm doing something else over here. No, I did not do that yet. But they are in my Amazon storefront, these dies to actually cut rickrack and such. And she has them as well. And so this is what she made, just a little strip of paper. I bet she just used her scraps. Hey, I wonder if this is what she's going to make for tomorrow. Tomorrow is her give a scrap. And then look at these. Now these are my colors. Hey, Terry, what you doing? Lovey, lovey. So thank you again. Yeah, so speaking of give a scrap, that is going on right now. There is a playlist on my channel, and each day somebody has a day of the week assigned to them to post something. Public service announcement. I believe today, I'm pretty sure it was today. Yes. Gigi and Maddie were supposed to have videos. Maddie, unfortunately, had some things come up and wasn't, feeling the best. And she just had a lot of stuff going on. She's like, I apologize, but I'm just not going to get the video up. I said, girl, that's fine. There's no rules. You're not going to jail. So be thinking about her. She's got a lot on her plate right now, and I'm sure she would appreciate it, but she will be back and in business. And then tomorrow is actual Earth Day, which is what this whole Give a Scrap is based on. And it's just where you use your scraps to create something. Anybody can do it. You don't have to have a channel. You can post things in the Makers Market on any of your social media. Use the hashtag and tag me if you can, because then I can see it. And if you do have a video, I can post that video as well. So we've had a lot of people tagging other people. So it's really fun to see. And I don't know, it's one of my favorite times of the year because every single year there's I think we're up to like, I want to say 329 videos in the play. If search the hashtag, they're always different every year after year. I learn something new all the time, so it really makes me friggin' happy. So tomorrow is Carrie, and Thursday is Jovi at Create with Jovi and Veronica, and Friday is Sandy the Kentucky Crafter, and Saturday is Virginia Martin and Karamia. And then Carla Frizzell on Sunday. So, and then we're wrapping it up. We got Peg at Craft Room Stories, Meg from Chasing Retro, Sean Kennel, Carrie Gill, Lene, and then on the 30th, I will be wrapping it up and I'm going to go live and we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do, but I have created a few things that some of the girls have done. The other thing, and I didn't see a email before I got on here, but Dave from Dash of Dave, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, do that. I will try to get his link up here too. He wants to do the give a scrap, and he was just going to tell me what day, and I said, you know, any day that works for him. So be watching for that. And also, oh well, should I tell you? I'll tell you. He has also agreed to be a guest on the craft table test, because that man, if I've called him this since the day that I started watching him, he is a paper engineer like no one I have ever seen. And to watch him create is mind-blowing. Like, if I really need my brain stimulated to try something, I go watch his videos. So go check him out, Dash of Dave. Yeah, right, Carolyn? Who doesn't have scraps? I'm telling you. All right, I'm missing out on the comments here real quick, and then we're going to get at it. Hey, Stacy, how are you doing? I'm going to do something. Let's see. I'm going to show you what we're going to work on. I'm going to take myself off the screen, and let's see if I can do this way. The screen's going to go black for just a second. Hold, please. Okay. Let's make sure. Ooh. I hear some feedback. Do you guys hear that? I'm going to talk again. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way because I don't really need it. You don't need to see my face anymore today. That should do it. Oh, so one thing before I show you what we're going to be working on. Do I even need my iPad anymore? I'm thinking I'm just going to turn it off. Save me some battery. There we go. Okay. Let me get my ducks in a row here. Did I tell you about the thing I have in my office that says, I don't have ducks or a row. All I have is squirrels and they're everywhere. Story of my life. I'm telling you. Okay, so I have this sitting here because I didn't want to forget to tell you that last week, we played with this Retro Posies digital that I have, and it is back, or it is on the Maker's Market now. So if you went to look at it, I apologize. I had thought it was already up, and I just got confirmation today that it is there. So, a Dash of Dave. All right. So with that said, let me show you. Give you a second, and I'll show you what we're going to be working with today. Let me see if I can get Dave's. Hey, Annette. From Houston, honey. I wish I had known you a couple weeks ago because I was in Houston. I got stuck in Houston. Houston's awesome, so it's not really getting stuck, but I wasn't supposed to be there overnight, but I was. So, there was that. All right, don't let me forget, down the road here, I'm going to need to plug in my glue gun. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with this thing. Now, and then we're going to play with rickrack. And I've got a few things that we're going to try that I have not tried before. And so at this point, this is your jobs. You guys tell me what we should do with this stuff and how to use it. So, Tomball. Is that near the airport? I need to know. Next time I'm calling you. So here's what we got. Has anybody ever seen this? And I'm assuming this has been around for a very long time because I think What? No, I think I know that I looked it up when I was at the thrift store because I was like, what does this thing do? Um, and I believe that the video I found was a YouTube video from like, I want to say like 4 or 6 years ago. But it is called a Sew Ribbon by We Are Memory Keepers. So you know it's old enough that they've changed their, well, it does have a QR code. Um, because they've changed their names. But apparently what we do is we punch holes in our paper and then we feed ribbon through it. What it looks like when we're done, I have no idea, but let's just crack it out. Crack it, crack a lack. Anybody in the comments, have you seen it? Have you seen this thing? Oh, here, maybe I'm supposed to do it right here. Oh, well, it's very, you love all tools. Some of them, I don't know, but I like gadgets. Like I'm a gadget girl. I'll try anything, you know. I have some fun things coming up that I think you guys are really, we're going to get messy. Cotty will be happy. We're going to be playing with some paint. You guys, I'm sweating. Not really, but today's in the 70s. And as you probably noticed, I'm sitting in my basement with my, I can't get this out. There we go. With my sweatshirt on. All right, so roll up the sleeves. All right, it comes with the ribbon needle. This apparently is a ribbon needle. You got your paint out. You're ready. Well, I'm not playing with paint today, but I'm playing with it tomorrow. All right, so paper would probably be a good item. And guess what? The one thing that I did not get out. Ribbon. All right, here's a piece of paper. I don't know. That might not be. Let me see if I have a piece of ribbon. I do. I just got some the other. Let's find one here. Dashes, dots, and checks. This looks, well, it might be too thick. Let's make the holes first and see what happens. So, according to this, it does look like a chip clip. All right. Can you guys see? Are you going to be able to see this? All right. So, apparently, well, I can already see something I'm not real happy about in that they only give you one of these things. Like, that's how long is this going to last? It's plastic. I think we can do better than that. Maybe not. I don't know. So apparently you put your paper on here. You put this on. And it's magnetic. Okay, so it's, I thought for sure somebody in the comments would have seen this thing before. All right, so that was step 1. Step 2's hidden by the price tag, people. I paid $2.40 for this. Probably because whoever else was pricing it was like, what is this thing? Let's see if it was telling me to do anything special. I think I did it. Let's just pretend like I did it right. All right, now it says I'm supposed to take this and put it on the end of my ribbon. Oh, it's probably telling me to punch this. I am so confused. Somebody's going to have to look this up on YouTube and say, now, here's what you do. I thought that they punched. Yeah, I think that's how we use it. And then, well, I don't know. Let's see. I should have done this before. I didn't know that the directions were right here. So what I was thinking was like, well, maybe this is like back in the scrapbook era, you know? Well, that's not helpful whatsoever. I just want to show you right there that that is not telling me anything. I'm sure that there's probably a picture of this thing up here where the sticker was, and then it's telling me to punch these. That's what we're going to do. So I guess because it's like curved one way. So we'll punch all the holes here. Now, it looks like there's a whole bunch of different ones. So this one is like a rickracky. How come I can't get that in there? Well, All right, there we go. Okay, the first one was simple, super easy to get in there. The second one, not so much. Now, what I do like is I don't have a punch like this that just punches these holes. I kind of did, Naomi. I did kind of take a little bit of the instructions off, but I think it's telling me to do what I'm doing. What I don't like about it is that you only get one of these and it's sticky on it. So if anybody, I mean, I'm not really thinking clearly now, so I don't know, but there's got to be, if I can't just weave it through, there's got to be another way to do it, right? Yeah, so what I'm doing right now, Carolyn, well, I think what I'm doing right now is punching the holes so then I can put the ribbon through it, ideally. Yeah, let's see. The other thing that it says it has, like, I can't see them. I'll hold them up to the, but it says, like, there must be a whole thing. Like, this is what you could store everything in. And then there's all these different shapes. Leaf shape, shoestring. One I can't read what it is. The one I have, the sideways and then the up and down. So I would say be on the lookout for them if you find them. I don't know that they still sell them. But like I said, I don't have a device that would do this, so I probably... I mean, I guess you could use like a... I have like a hole punch that looks kind of like a Tic Tac, you know? But you'd have to do some measuring for that. All right, I'm taking probably way longer than this needs to take, but I'm trying to talk and read at the same time. So at the end, you're going to tell me if this was a pass, a fail, or maybe it has potential. Okay, so according to my directions, the next thing I'm going to do, am I supposed to leave it on here? No. So I take this off. Okay, this is what it looks like. But that's what it looks like on the back. Well, that looks like a hot mess express. I can understand why you need this. We're going to use it, but then we're going to have to, and then it looks like you store the top in it like that when you're not using it. Okay. Still, I need a piece of ribbon. We're just going to use a piece of thin ribbon. Maybe a little thinner than what we actually need. This will look okay, I think. That's pretty. You can use a small safety pin for a threader. Oh, yeah, that would work. You're so smart. Kathy Wiseman. You're so wise. Hey, Aaron. All right. So we have an alternative after I open this up. It says it peels off. Hey, Zen girl. Okay, so this is called a sew ribbon. I found it at the thrift store. I don't think that they make them anymore that I'm aware of. Maybe you can buy them on the, eBay or something. But according to this, we're supposed to be able to thread. So I put it on the paper. I punch the holes with this puncher thing all the way down. It now looks like this on the front and this on the back. And now I'm unsuccessfully trying to peel off the perforation. Couldn't I just use a piece of tape? Or something? Or washi? let's see if my handy dandy little homemade, oh, look at that. See, I should really patent this. Chipboard and some double-sided tape works every time. Okay, is it? So it goes like this. So it's sticky right here. And now we're going to put this around my, I'm saving that piece of this piece just in case I can reuse it. But I'm feeling like once it's together, you know? All right. And I think I saw that when I was watching that video that something popped. Now what do I do? I guess we just go up from the bottom. Directions are not good. That's one thing. Okay, we got it going through the first one. Clever girl. Oh, it's on eBay. $20. So what I think is that they had, well, of course, you know, if they don't make them anymore, I suppose. Now what? Just come back up like this? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Just like you would. Okay, well, it works way better than I thought. And I bet we could just take like a little piece of acetate, because that's basically all this is, this little piece that I'm using over here. Oh, this is kind of cool, you guys. And make something else, because I'm not going to be able to use it again. And I guess if maybe they sell some of the replacements on eBay, possibly. But I remember seeing when I watched that video, I feel like it had like a replacement thing. Yeah, I looked pretty silly. I was standing in the aisle Googling this thing going. And then I watched the video and I let it play while I was walking through looking at other stuff. People are like, what is she doing? Okay, that does look super stinking cute. You digging it? I am too. This would be a great little craft in the car. You know, I have a tray that I travel. Actually, Dave bought me a new thing. I don't know how it's going to work. It's supposed to be for the camper and when we travel. You guys have probably seen them, but it's like a, it fits in your cup holder, but then it's like a tray table like you'd see on an airplane. It's a little bit hard to get through this side a little bit. See how it's kind of rough? And maybe that's my punching. Maybe it was the way I punched. Let's see if I can just... Seems like it's... I must not have got that one quite right. What if you have a... That's what I was thinking, Sandy. I have a slot punch. I mean, we could just try it for the heck of it, because I mean, let's face it, we're not all going to have these. And if that's the case, then we could probably make all these other designs. Yeah, here's the scallop. One that looks like shoestrings. What else? What other ones are there, Aaron? One that looks like a leaf. One that's just regular. Let's see if I can find this slot punch once I'm done. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this. At least, I mean, the concept. Well, everybody, you need to be on the lookout this summer for yard sales, estate sales, if you find one of these. Speaking of which, I also put in Meredith's link above. If you don't know Meredith from Pop Vintage and Home, go over, tell her I said hi, and subscribe if you haven't already. She's almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I think she would really appreciate that. Now, what my thought is that I didn't even take the zip strip off of this, but I feel like we can just All right, so now we need to cut this off. I'm going to cut it off a little bit longer on either end. Let's glue this now before we have a... It's called, Chiquita, it's called a Sew Ribbon by We Are Memory Keepers. Yeah. I mean, I've made corset closures on a journal. But man, that would save a heck of a lot of time, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm just going to hold that for a minute. No, maybe not even a minute. But I'm thinking it'd be a cute page. Well, I mean, there's a ton of things you could do with it, right? Tell me in the comments, what would you do with it? And I will, if I missed your comment, I will go back and look. If you missed earlier, what I'm going to do as we continue to do these craft table tests, I'm going to be keeping, what did I get? I got ink on my finger. Where'd that come from? Okay, that is pretty cool. From each one, and then every month I'm going to do a giveaway with some of the items that... Okay, whatever I do, I cannot throw this away until I make a template for it. All right, so that's... I know I'm kind of allergic to measuring too, but for the sake of answering your question, let's just see if I can quickly find my slot punch. Here it is. Okay. Let's just get another piece. I think this is the... Yeah. Okay, so this is the slot punch. And I'm pretty sure I thrifted this. This is an EK success. All right, I'm going to leave this here so you guys can see it if you're just tuning in. Now, how are we going to do this, Erin? Because this little sucker doesn't go very deep. Okay, so what I can do, I could just do it as a strip, right? Because we have to be able to get to both sides of the paper. Okay, we'll do one more faux show. I'll show you from the very beginning. We're gonna try to do a well, we don't have one of those tools, so can we make our own? Do you think that's gonna be okay? Okay, that should be all right. I have two blades in this. Don't ask me why. There's no reason. I just happen to have an extra one on there. Okay. So let's see if we... Where's our real one? I'm just going to eyeball it. All right, so if we go... Let me just try this here. And then I go offset. Oh, girl. You couldn't have made that any more perfect. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be perfect from now on out. Okay, so we're just going to do a bunch of these two. Of course, I'm not measuring people, so if you want this to be right, I would use if you have a centering ruler, and center it. But I'm okay with it not being perfect. I'm loving this. Okay, so BT dubs, this is going to be way easier if you have a slot punch to weave this stuff through. Okay, so Cotty wants to do another one. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this aside for a minute. I'm going to punch another one of these so you guys can see. But then we're going to try our ribbon in this one and see how it looks compared to the first one we did, okay? All right, so if you didn't see at first, all you're going to do is take your... Now I want different ribbon in there. Not that I don't have enough ribbon. This is magnetic, so this bottom part goes down. You're going to put this in here. And you could do it, I did it on the other side the first time. And you're just going to make sure it's on there, and it kind of automatically lines it up so I don't have to do any measuring. And then this is the top that normally is stored here if you're not using it. And it's curved, a little curvy. Yes, Kathy. See, we can find, with all of our skills and talents, we can find alternative ways to make something work. But I have a feeling. Who said we need to give credit where credit is due here to use the slot punch? Was that Aaron? I can't remember. Slot punch, slot punch, slot punch. Somebody tell me in the comments. See, that second one right there is a little hard to get in. And then all you're doing is pressing it in here, and it makes your slot. Now, what I'm also curious about, so we know it'll make the ones on the side. Am I overthinking this? But what about if we wanted to do like just the in and out one? My slot punch, not sure that's going to work that way. I bet if we gave it enough thought, we'd be able to figure it out. Yeah, see, that, Sandy, that's how I made my corset ones, was just with a hole punch. Eyelets, and I put eyelets in them. Is that how you've done it? So far, this is worth the $2.50, okay? $2.50. And Erin, I think, said she found it on eBay, was it? For $20. So, I mean, depending on how much you really want it. All right, let's get, let me get a different color, and let's do, let's try to weave the, now let's just pretend you don't have this thing at home. So far, we have improvised on this. Chiquita found it. Okay, so now we've got this, but we don't have this little plastic thing. So let's see if I have a piece of acetate. I know I do. Well, do I have to have acetate? No. Here's some. Is that heavy enough? No. All right, we're just going to try a, well, here's a piece of wallpaper. No, that's not going to be thick. Hi, Susan. Let's just try a regular piece of cardstock and see what happens. All right, we're going to fold it in half. I'm going to kind of make the shape like that. Oh, heck. Is that right? No, it's fine. I know it's not. I did it wrong, but that's okay. We'll just make it work. We need to clip the other end. All right, so all I'm going to do is just glue this on. Sandy said she has a bubble-edged punch. Bubble edge punch. Lots of holes. Oops, I missed it. Well, I got to read what Chiquita's saying too. Lots of holes with different colored ribbons. Gotta try that. Angela, weave another piece of ribbon, the one with the purple paper, up and down and under. Up and under. Okay. Not real great, Chiquita, at written directions. You might have to, what do you, same, with the same punches, just how I already have them, or punch it different? All right, now I just use this. Hopefully I can already tell this is too thick. Because the holes in the hole punch are not as wide as the tool that we're using. All right, let's see what happens. Still not thin enough. But here's your answer if you don't have one of these plasticky things that they gave with it. You could bell clip all the overlapping ribbon with... Oh, yes! That would be adorbs. So I think what she's saying, I'm pretty sure what she's saying is once I get to the bottom, or to the top, come back on down and make it into a shoelace type thing. Right, Chiquita? Hey, Vicky. What are we making? Well, we are testing tonight a tool that I got at the craft store called the Sew Ribbon, and it essentially punches these holes in so you can make different shapes. Now, they sell that or sold them at one time to make different shapes. So if you wanted to do like these different things, I know it's hard to see, then they sold a different punch for each one. And this is what the punch looks like. So we tried it over here on my left, and it worked brilliantly. But now the girls say, let's try this. Weave it. I must be twisting my ribbon. So my apologies. Weave it up to the top. You're never gonna stop. And then come back down and make it into little X's or shoestring-like things. So that's what we're gonna do. So you can tell I don't have a lot of length of left on here, so you just have to do it just like you would any other, shoestring. You're gonna have to kind of get some extra length on here. Oh, up and down. Chiquita's like, nope, that is not what I meant at all. Okay, that's not going to work though, because I would have to punch, well, but I could if let's see. Help a girl out, friends, help a girl out. All right, I need to go back and read Chiquita's. I need to pay attention, Chiquita. She's saying up and down. I'm pretty sure that's what you're saying. But I'm going to go back and read exactly what you said. Well, if I would have been thinking, I would have watched some more videos, but I was like, oh, that's pretty easy. So see, now I could come. Is that going to look funny? Let's just try one of them and see. And that doesn't look right. I don't like that. Okay, let me go back. Let me take this all off. Oh, okay. But, I mean, these have potential, for sure. You need an even number of slots, right? Angela said on the purple paper one, hee hee. Got it, okay. Well, I did get that. I thought you wanted me to, like, make another sheet of it. Okay, let me just glue this down so it doesn't come out. Oh, one thing important. Well, I have a lot of things. I have all kinds of announcements. I think I've done pretty good, though, so far. Last week, you guys voted, some of you voted on whether, because in May we're doing Makers Market May. And that means that a lot of our sellers that are here, one of which, by the way, I want to highlight tonight is Debbie DePaul, now known as, because she has a channel, Debbie Does Debbie, has a shop on the Makers Market. And it is, I have it in the, did I put it in the description? I think I did. And I got really distracted, Debbie, because she's got some fat quarters in there that are amazing. And I was getting links ready to put on there, and I was talking to Carol about dates for our FAQ that I'll talk about in a minute. And she's like, "Oh, you're going to get distracted shopping." I'm like, "I know. Dang it, Debbie." But go check her out. Let me make sure that, isn't that an awesome name? Oh, Chiquita, is she leaving me? Now she gives me the idea and then she's ditching us. Okay, I got to go up to the top and make sure. I'm pretty sure I put her. Yes, Debbie is there. I got Debbie, I got Carrie, I got Meredith. And then I think I got Libby at Happy Place Crafting. Her birthday month is in May and she's doing an open collaboration. So go check out her video and join in. She's a sweet girl. Okay. I'm looking for under the blue ribbon over the next part. I see what she's saying now. I'm following. Now, what she's saying, if I'm not mistaken, is she just wants me to weave in and out of this. Right? Right. Somebody tell me I'm right. So she's saying go like this. I don't know that this one's going to be. And then like that. Just like weaving paper. Chiquita, did you give me a positive affirmation before you leave? Okay, I think this is what she meant. That's what it looks like if we did that. Also, extremely cute. So now yes. Thanks for not ditching me. Okay, that's super cute. Now, what I need to do, and I think that we could make happen. So I'm just looking at here. So for the X one, all we need is 4, right? So we could do another. I'm going to pull this out. Ooh, that got, well, that's stuck fast, didn't it? Fabri-Tac works. Okay, so we got those two. Let's see if we can take a strip of this. Can you guys see that all right with this paper? I maybe should have done solid paper, but I was like, well, all right. So I still have this one over here that we did punch that I can use for later. But let's try. I think that was about 1.5 inches. I got to remember that I have that one there. Okay. I'm having fun. We might not get to our next rickrack paddywhack project. Candy cane edging. Oh my gosh, that would be cute. All right, I still have like 45 minutes. We're fine. Okay. If I'm looking at this example here, I basically just need to make it like shoot. Right? So we're going to go. I might really mess this up, so. I love, Kathy, the idea of candy cane ribbon. All right, so we're going to go 1. Can I just go 1, 2, buckle my shoe? And can they be on the same? Yeah, they should be. Right? Just like a shoot. Just like, so on this one, I'm just taking the width of this from here to here to kind of keep my, I didn't do that on the first two, but I'm doing it now. Oh, shoot. And I'm pushing this all the way up. See how I messed that other one up? Where? Let's just try it. Okay, these are not going to be perfect, but oh my gosh, I just made a mess. Confetti. All right. Well, we just made a discovery, friends. This is so fun. I know, right? I love doing the maypole. All right, now I need another. I feel like I need a different color. Because, you know, we got to mix it up. What color was that? Red? Here, I have a purple. Oh, I'm making a big old mess. That's okay. Red and purple. That sounds good. Okay, Cotty. So the girls had some ideas. I said, well, what if you're somebody who doesn't have this tool? And the girls were saying it's anywhere from $6 to $20 on eBay. So we were finding alternatives, and a slot punch was the best answer. And so we tried it and it worked. So if you stepped away, we did this one with the tool. I punched another one that we didn't actually weave yet. And then I punched this one using my slot punch. Yes, I have. You know what, Naomi, I have some lacing cards that I want to make into journals really badly. But I got to control myself because I can't bring new ones in. All right, so. All right, so we're just going to go just do this like a shoe, right? Oh, fabric would be fabulous too. I could try it. I just needed to make sure it's thin enough, right? Now, I do think if we're going to use fabric, we definitely probably want to use the slot punch. Because I don't think fabric, I mean, yeah, I could get it through the holes from that the tool made, but I think it would be a little bit hard. This is fun, you guys. I got to top this for next, wait, is next week? Next week? That's what I started to say. So we were trying to decide because we have Makers Market May, and next week is our live sale. And I was supplementing with doing our craft table tests on Tuesdays. We need to decide if we're going to do these on Thursdays at 5 p.m. or Saturdays at 11 in the morning. And you guys were great. You guys have been great on doing the poll. However, right now it's totally at 50-50. So that's not helping me out. So if you haven't voted on day and time, and it may be on some occasions I have to, you know, I can't, I want to be consistent and try to do them all at the same time. Oh my gosh, this looks cute. Genius. Now, if I would have done it the opposite way, you see what I'm saying, what we could do? Then we could tie it like this into a bow. Or you just do it the same way and you turn your paper over, right? doing this backwards, but that's okay. Come to mama. Come to mama. So yeah, the poll is on my community posts page. So hop over there and give it a vote. Oh my Lord, that's cute. I'm going to just cut that off and keep it on here. And all I did is I just took a cardstock to make my little thingy. Cute. Okay, now, I'm going to have to be making a bunch of stuff. I think I'm going to have to do a video on how I use this. Or maybe I should just do another live sometime and we can just make a bunch. Because, we don't have all night tonight, but that is cute. Last Tuesday of the month for our live sale are Carol, Angela, and Wilhelmina, and sometimes a guest. But in May, we'll go back to having them on Tuesdays, but we're doing some things. In fact, right after this live, I have a meeting, a little focus group with some people to talk about testing some new things that we want to do for the makers market. So it makes it easier for everybody to buy and might streamline some things a little bit. So we're going to have that meeting. And we also, Carol and I, the reason we were talking earlier is because since last week's, I'm looking for more ideas here if you want me. Since last week's craft table test, there was a lot of questions on the makers market and selling and buying and stuff. So thank you to everybody that ran over and joined the makers market. And the big question was for those that are like, okay, I'd like to sell some of my stash or, whatever the case may be. So we are doing I needed to find a date that worked for both of us to do a FAQ. So if you want to sell, or even if you're thinking about it, I'm going to put the links there. Here's the thing, and Carol will probably, if she's still available, she can weigh in too. You can apply to sell. I do the approvals. So hey, girls, I know you all. I think you're approved. Just because you're approved, it's your shop. So if you don't necessarily have time to sell or list stuff, there's no regulation or oops, that was off. I don't have any stipulations. This is your business and I just help support you. So you run over and apply and then join us on I have the link I'll share in just a second as soon as I get done punching this. The fact that I should get a pat on the back for punching sort of symmetrically and talking at the same time. There we go. So now we have another one. You're all approved. An approval for you. An approval for you. Okay. So, yeah, button cards will be awesome. Yeah, so what will happen is the first Tuesday of next month, Carol, I'll sell at 4:00. Carol will sell at 5:00 via the Makers Market. And then we want to have people set up for success that aren't already going live to do so the next week. And then they can sell anytime during the day, or they can sell, before Carol or myself or after. So we can support them. And what we have an ability to, like, when I am done selling, then I can kick everything over to Carol's shop, and you guys don't have to do anything. You're automatically in her sale, which is really cool. Okay, let me get those little pieces up there. I want to see. And also for all of you who are already selling on the Makers Market, if you want to join in, just to listen, we've had some updates. We've already got a schedule. Why can I not do this? Notes. There we go. we already have our monthly team meetings scheduled, so you can come on there if you need help with um, shipping questions. We can help you with that. Okay, I know I put this on here. It's probably, oh, here we go. So the first thing I'm going to show you, the QR code that's up in the corner right now, that will get you to the Makers Market. And you can just, if you're not already a member, it's not a big deal. You don't have to do anything except just join. And then you're part of the party. But then there's also a button on there that says, would you like to apply to sell? And you would just fill that out. Do tell me your real name, your YouTube name, all of that good stuff, because that will help me in case I don't know. Because you'll sign up and you'll create like a name for yourself. Okay, that's the apply to sell. And then let me tell you, Carol, did I not? Oh, yes, here it is. And here's the link if you want to join us. Now, um, it's set up like a webinar, so it's not going to be live like we are here. It's a private, kind of a Zoom, basically. So you guys can just join if you want. And if you don't want your face on camera, you don't have to. There's a button that stops your camera and you can just have your voice. But this way we can talk and you can ask questions. And we can have up to 10 people at a time on there. So here's the link if you want it to the Makers Market FAQ. And I will also post that on my community tab, and I'm sure that Carol will as well. So that you guys can join us. And oh, do you want to know when it is? That might be helpful. It is May 1st at 5 p.m. That is a Friday. All right, I'm looking at my list to make sure. Okay, I only have 2 more announcements to make, so I think we have time to do our other project. And then I got a poll for you too, so you can answer whether you think this is good or not. Okay, so this idea came from Pinterest, and it was a Pinterest post. Well, one of them did. The other one I've done before, but it's been a very long time. Yes, Naomi, Central Time. Sorry. And it was making flowers out of rickrack. Well, you know, this girl has tons of rickrack, and I just scored a bunch of it that I'm bringing to some live sales. So, oh shoot, I got to plug in my. Is it on? How come this isn't working? Huh. Oh, there we go. I think it's on now. All right, so here's what this gal said. I'll show you once my I need the flipping thing for both of them. All right. Well, let's just talk about how she said to make these. So this is for the next one that I have made before, but a long time ago. So what she said is she said to use 20 inches of rickrack, and you needed 2 pieces. I mean, it was really pretty easy. And then what she said to do was weave them together. So do you see how these are kind of butted up next to each other? Don't do it that way. So you're going to take one of them and flip it this way. So they look like that. Then you're just going to hold it, and this part I did do because she said use a sewing machine, which I did. But I don't think you need to. I think you could just use glue and tack it. But she used a sewing machine, so I thought, well, I don't want to have to do the sewing machine. What we're making, by the way, is flour. Allegedly. Has anybody ever done this before? You know I'll take coaching. Okay. Once you get it woven together, it should look something like this. And then all she said to do is just sew a straight line right down the middle of it. Easy. So I did that. And now this is a 20-inch one. This is what it looks like when it's all done. Kind of cool, which I also think is cool. I think it's neat by itself. And here's one I did shorter. This is going to make a pretty big flower, I'm a guess. I'm a guess. I'm a guessing. I bet yes, when you roll it, it does stay together better. So the one thing that I thought, and this is from, I just thrifted this too. This is like the Disney rickrack, and it's a little more stiff. So I don't know how. Let's see if this is getting hot. Huh. For some reason, my very favorite glue gun is not glue gunning. I'm just gonna unplug the charger and see if it comes on. This is bizarre. Oh, there it's on. It's on now. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to heat up, I don't want to roll this yet. The other way that I've made these before, and all I had was this yellow. Let's see. I'm just going to use the top of, or the bottom of this, and we're just going to make a circle around it. Yeah, it's really pretty robust. I have no idea where it's from because I got mine at the thrift store, but I think there was like 3 colors. You guys, if you've been hanging out with me, you know I've been telling you well, at the last live sale, I said I'm tearing my whole basement apart and I doing my storage and purging, and last weekend was big garbage day, which I didn't get hardly anything out. I was doing it at the last minute, but that's when you throw all your big stuff up and pretty much people all come and pick it up before the garbage people come and get it anyway. But it's a shambles, and I don't feel like I'm making very good progress. So on next week's live sale, I'm not promising you're going to get to see my face, or I just show you my hot mess in my basement. I've got everything strung everywhere. I found an ironing board and I was like, where in the world did this come from? Because I have never owned an ironing board in my adult life. And I figured out it was my niece stayed with us for a while and it was hers and it was in the storage room. I'm like, well, that can go. Okay, it's still getting hot. All right, so the other way that you can make one of these, and the way that I have made them before, is you just take your ribbon or your rickrack. We'll just use some while we're waiting for, let's see. Come on. It's starting to get there. But all you're going to do is take your, we're going to use the, I cannot find Sugar Bell bottles on Amazon anymore. And so I found these alternatives that I love. I may have to get a bigger tip for if I want to do intricate stuff. But I'm telling you, I kind of like this bigger tip on this. And I did put these in the Amazon shop because I really do like them. Like for big things, when you like need to put glue on a whole piece of paper, this just makes it goes a heck of a lot faster. And if you have issues with your hands, it's probably also a good idea. All right. And then all you're going to do is just put it on the edge here like that. Don't worry that it doesn't go down right away. Now, for us, in some of our paper crafting projects, this is going to work really well. But I think that the one where we're braiding it, where it's actually a flower, will be better for like a topper on a journal. Now, I could have continued to, there we go. Now it's getting hot. There we go. All right. I could have continued to just go around the circle, but I kind of want to do it like that. Can you see it okay? Jonna, how many hours is it to, or I mean, because I thought you left yesterday. Am I making that up? So you'll have to let me know. Are you guys enjoying these craft table? Oh, wait. Wait. I want this opposite. So it's kind of a little more. Actually, I'm thinking this for this one. This works much better. Your Rick Rack stash is so. Well, you need to come get some Rick Rack patty whack. The reason mine is so large, well, I find Rick Rack it just comes into the universe, I think. I'm going to try to do this where I just keep going around in a circle and see how I like it. But if you have seen my craft room tours, you know that I got a long time ago at an auction, I bought that, what's the name of the brand? Wrights. Display, the vintage display piece, and it was full of rickrack. So, and bias tape. It had bias tape in it too. See, am I going out of? Here we go. Now here, well, I'm glad because I'm really having fun coming up with what we're going to work on, and you know, I'm picking things up at the thrift store that I have another tool for. I don't know if I think we're going to do a technique next. We're using a tool, something I've never used before, but I'll spread it out. But I bought something else and I was like, I don't know what the heck this thing is, but it looks fun. And I did not look it up. I just threw it in my cart. Now, what would have been better is if I had different felt, but I just grabbed, because you're probably going to see a little of this yellow in here. By the way, the Fabri-Tac is wonderful. All right, so the first round that I did this, I cut it so that it was, and then the second one I went so it was opposite the first, and then now I'm just wrapping it around. Well, maybe you probably do need, either you need to be patient. I'm never patient. I just pull out a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to use this because and there you have it. Now this one I've made these before when I was making all those ribbons and bows and such. I'm just going to keep putting that in there and then you could just put a little button in the middle. Let's see if I got a button here. My purple nails need to get redone. They're on their last leg. I busted a bunch of them when I was working in the basement, and I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure there's going to be many more broke by the time I get done with this. That one just fell out of the thing. I think Zen Girl, is that what you want me to call you, by the way? I should have probably asked. So I have them, this is Fabri-Tac in these two. This is not a Sugar Bell bottle, but they're the ones that I bought. They're really cheap, and they're a 4-pack. This is the Sugar Bell bottle. I will tell you, and I'm sure it will happen with these too, that I have this tape around here because it busted at one point, and that's happened on 2 of them. And all you would need to do if you wanted a smaller hole, like you can tell the difference between those two significantly, is just grab these are just cake decorating tips. But then I also put in this one is oh, this is the Aleene's Tacky Glue. And this is my Tight Bond glue. And I only had a little bit left. I have a whole gallon of it at the lake. So and now I have them all in these. So, and they squeeze just so nice. Even better, actually, than the Sugar Bell bottles. So definitely, if you have issues with your hands, I would suggest these. Okay. So let's just finish off this little guy. So what I would say the only downfall about these rickrack projects is if you hoard your rickrack, you probably, that's a lot of rickrack that you're using. But if you have a lot of it, you're fine. All right, so we're going to start with the way that the lady said to do it. So if you're just tuning in, we wove our rickrack together, 2 pieces. She said 20 inches. And they want to be opposite. So when you put them together, don't have them synced up exactly. Here, let me show you. Exactly like they're supposed to be. So instead of putting them like they would go together, like that, flip this one. So flip them so they're opposite. And then you're just going to weave them together, which we did on the other one. Then she sewed down the center. I did that. But I do think you can probably glue it. Yeah, Zen Girl, what I was worried about is that this glue would dry up without having like a pin in it. The only one I don't have in one of these is my art glitter glue, because I only had 4 of them. Well, I should have another one somewhere. Or maybe I just didn't need to. So now all you're going to do is roll this together. That's what she did. But like I said, this 20 inches of, and then every now and again, just tack it with a little bit of glue. I mean, 20 inches that's going to be a big flower, but it would be fine for like a topper. What time is it? Will somebody please? We're just going to finish this one up and then we'll say goodbye. I got a poll for you. Let's see. Is there anything else that I needed to tell you? I thought if we had time, we would play with a little more of that rickrack, because since we're kind of on the rickrack, you see that? That's bugging me. It's just the thread from. Oop. She says she empties hers out. Okay. Thank you, Chiquita. Oh my gosh, this looks so cool. That's all she kept doing. Hers was actually, the link was on Pinterest, and I think it was just a blog post. It wasn't, so it was the directions on how to do it. It wasn't a video. I've gotten spoiled with videos, but we all learn differently. So some of us want to have the verbal cues. Some of us like to read the directions. I'm not one of those people. Show me or tell me, or I'll just, wing it. All right, here's what it looks like in the center. That's really cute, just like it is. Yeah, and then she said you can start to pull this all back. Yeah, you can't. Well, that one not so much because I don't have it tacked down. And then just keep opening it up as much as you want. But that's big. Super cute though. I like it. Like I could see like several of these on like a top, like as a topper, journal topper. Oops, that's cute. Okay, let's try this little one while we're wrapping up today. So there are your I'm gonna put a poll up too. Let me put the poll up while I'm talking. Let's not burn myself. Move that out of the way. Yeah, those are cute. And like I said, I've never made one like that. So that was extremely fun. All right, I'm going to start the poll now. Um, the question is, were tonight's craft table tests a pass or a fail? And the answers are total game changer is number one. So you just type your answer 1, 2, or 3. Number 2 is a hot mess express, or 3 is has potential. I just wanted to do something fun with you guys. Okay, so when I did this the first time, I just did not burn myself. I just put a little daub of glue. And then I kept rolling it. I know it's hard to see it. Well, I guess I can pull this down a little bit. I don't have my face on the camera anymore. That didn't help a darn bit. I'm sorry. I probably just messed that up. I missed the comments. Okay. Roll and then glue a little bit. Sunday is Bible. Rest of my announcements. I need to do like a schedule of events on my community post. I saw who did that the other day. I think Julie, maybe. Julie. Yeah, Julie. Oh, Angela. Day Trip Vintage. Bible journaling is 2 o'clock on Sunday with Hazel, Carol, and Jonna. And then next Tuesday is our live sale. And then you have one assignment, and that is to take the poll so I can make a decision about when I'm going to do my craft table test. I mean, part of me, I would like to do it on Saturdays, but then, maybe I just say keep it on Thursdays with maybe once a month, do it on Saturday, because right now it's like 50-50. I don't know. Or depending on my schedule and where I'm at. Yes, 2 is hot mess. Oh my gosh, these are cute. And I don't mind them, just kind of the tight little rosebuds. I had some cute little, well, you know what would be cute is if you took some of this and intertwined it and sewed it like in a green and then made little leaves. I think so. Oh, and thank you, Jonna, for bringing that up. I have the link here ready. We've had several inquiries about recently about the retreat. We have one spot left. Oh my gosh, I got something in my eyeball. It's a glue. It's a piece of glue. And so I need to put that up here if you guys, well, if you're wanting to register, I'll give you the link right to register. And then there's a little outro for it too. Do, do, do. I'm a little more organized this week. That was as far as things for me to not forget. Don't forget to go if you go over to the Makers Market, and if you're registering or just want to check it out, join us. Apply to sell if you want. Check out, remember, Debbie DePaul, who's got some great stuff in her shop. Debbie does Debbie. And let me get that in here. And I am really excited and thankful that you guys are all here and that you're enjoying this as much as I am, because I mean, I love to do videos and plan videos every week for you. It's just what I love. I love, trying new things and hanging out with you. But there's something about planning for this and doing it live with you and having you weigh in on what we're testing, how we should test it. And look at what happened tonight. I mean, came up with where is all my stuff that I did? Oh, it's over here. We had some actually beautiful results with a tool that I don't know, I never knew existed. And here I thought I knew all the things back from my scrapbooking days, but I mean, look at how cute those are. And imagine, oh my gosh, can you imagine like making something with maybe a much smaller little rose with it? I didn't hit enter for the retreat. Dang it. There it is. And by the way, that retreat registration is in Carol's shop. So if you went to the Makers Market, you could just search Crinkled Path and it would pop up and you would get all of her listings and it'd be right there. Please join us. We're going to have a ton of fun, and we're doing some planning in May. And by the way, just a little tidbit, make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed to Carol, to Jonna, and to Hazel, because there might be a surprise while we're in Georgia coming up, and you won't want to miss it. So I'm just saying. I really enjoyed this, and if you guys have any, if you're watching this on the replay, or if you have other ideas, like you go to sleep and you're dreaming about this sew ribbon tool and how we used it, please put them in the comments, because I would love to hear them. Or come back next week. Now I need to decide by next Tuesday when we're going to have our next craft table test, if it will be on Thursday or on Saturday. So make sure you take that poll. But thank you all for being here today. I appreciate you very much. Love you to the moon. And we'll see you next week. Have a great night, guys. Bye.